D that trip wait lang, order ID as total orders. Then count delivery trip type. Then as total trips. Then average, wait lang, average date difference. So D is date and the delivery date start. As average trip duration. Then from customer table. C, wait lang, join delivery table. The D. So D is for delivery order, then C is for customer. Then the next one is on C cost ID is equal to delivery cost ID, then group by customer, customer ID, the customer cost name, then the customer contact number. So, so the count is the delivery order ID counts the total number orders for each customer. Then we will also see the count of the trip type, counts of the total number of trips for each customer. So the average, this one, the average shows the date end and the date start. It also calculates the average trip duration for each customer. So the the result will be like this. It always strips. The average duration, customer, trip types, as total trips average, date, D, date start, as average duration, trip duration, then from customer table. Why? Wait. DB tracking count does not exist. Function name. DB track. Let's count orders. Wait. Count. Nara. So here it shows um the delivery table. So the thing is it shows the customer ID, then the number of total orders. So customer customer 1 have a total orders of 1, then total trips of 1. So the average trip duration is 2. So if this one, um the customer 20, if the average trip duration is 12, because customer 20 orders, wait, customer 20, so let's see the customer the delivery order table. So let's see the average duration average trip duration is 12. So so let's see in the delivery order. So let's go to here. Um customer customer 20. So customer 20 is Kasinglut to Lanao. So the average trip duration is it only based on the date start and the date end. So from July 4 to July 4, 2024 to the date end will be the July 16, 2024. So it counts all the duration. So the duration will be the 12. So that's why it shows there that the duration of customer ID 20 is 12 days or the 12 trips. Yeah, 12 days. So that's all.
Croatia next.
Present, no?
Okay na, nakita na.
So, in the seventh report, list of the delivery order per customer for the month of December. So, I'll be using the left join. So, so in the table and attributes, customer table, task name, and delivery table, order ID, delivery order, trip status, and delivery order date start. So, we'll be execute the left joining query. So, so select customer table that has name and delivery table that order ID and delivery table that date status and delivery order table date start. From customer table on customer table that task ID is equal to delivery table that task ID per month delivery table date start equal to so as the result, it display the delivery order of for the month of December, which is Steven and Ronald.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am the last reporter. Next is I will be querying join operation. So let's try inner join and take truck table and delivery order table as an example. Truck table, inner join, delivery order, for truck table that truck ID was that truck. Okay, truck that table. So so if we execute this syntax, then we will be displaying all the records from truck table to delivery order table. The result is the results will be a combined data set containing rows where the truck ID values in both tables match. If you need more specific columns or a more complex joint condition, you can adjust the select clause and the on condition accordingly. Next is we will be joining delivery order table and payment table. Payment on delivery order that table that order ID was payment table of order table. If we execute this syntax, then it will display all the records from the delivery order table to payment table. This is the result of the results will be a combined data set containing rows where the order ID values in both tables match. If you need to select specific columns, you can modify the select clause to list those columns explicit, explicitly. This will select only the specified columns from the joint tables. That's all. Thank you.